end zone that just made Joel Klatt go, stop it. Like, and he's like the fifth option, not even counting J.K. Dobbins out of the backfield. This Ohio State team is so deep. Here's what I think's going to happen. I think Ohio State's going to come out because they're kicked off and because they've had that level of intensity in the first half and lay it on Clemson. I do think Clemson's going to rally back, but I think it's going to be too little, too late. And I've spent a lot of time breaking down these teams. And I've told you in the past when I think Ohio State has bad matchups, and I don't think this is one of them. I think Ohio State's the deepest team in the country, has the most talented team in the country. I think Clemson is number 2, and I think if Clemson had played a tougher schedule, I would be it's still a coin flip, but I would probably feel like with their experience, I would lean more towards Clemson. But they don't have experience this year. They're still playing a lot of young guys. They don't have that all-senior-laden defensive front line. So I think this game, and Chase Young's going to get after it. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be the best game of the bowl season. And I think whoever wins this game wins the title. Like, I think either one of these teams, especially with news out of Baton Rouge that Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the talented kind of grinding tailback for LSU, and he's Joe Burrow's like safety valve. He tore his hamstring. The word is he's out for the playoff. So with him down, I think this is the title game. It's similar to the very first playoff when Ohio State played Alabama, and kind of the winner of that was going on to play Oregon. But a lot of people felt that whoever won that game was going to be the one, and that's what happened. That's how I see this playing out. I think it's going to be a great game, high scoring, but also good defense, just because both of these teams can score so fast over the top. So I think it'll be very, very close. I'm thinking somewhere in the vein of like as narrow as like 31-28 or even like 34-31. So but I think it's going to be a field goal that decides it.
Talking with Adam Jividen, super Buckeyes fan, super Browns fan, helping us break down the college football playoff picture. Let's talk a little bit on the other side of the fence here. Ohio State, as you said, we think they're going to win. It's going to be by a thin margin, but Oklahoma and LSU's number 1. LSU's had a great season, and certainly Oklahoma earned their right, and they fought their way in. The blue collar of the two teams is Oklahoma. Who comes out in this game? Let's break that game down. Oklahoma against LSU in the Peach Bowl.
Well, I think LSU wins. I'm just going to get that out of the way. Joe Burrow is better than Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. Jalen Hurts is good. Don't get me wrong, but especially in an Oklahoma offense. But I think LSU wins. LSU's defense is suspect, but so is Oklahoma's. I think the major difference is what happened this last week. And for those of you that didn't catch, Oklahoma had 3 starters get suspended for the bowl game. They're toast. 3 starters defensively. No, it's 1 starter offensively and 2 defensively. They're toast.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Even with LSU losing their running back, Oklahoma had to be full strength all of the horses, because even if you go, okay, Oklahoma's best option is CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver, who's going to be a first-round pick. He's a lightning-in-a-bottle receiver. Well, LSU has 2 guys just as good on the outside, and Burrow's better attacking downfield. So I think LSU wins. It also helps that this game's going to be played, in the South, so it's almost going to be like a home game for LSU. LSU fans travel really well, but I think this is going to be one of those things where I think LSU, they take care of business. I just don't think Oklahoma's defense can hold up at all. Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator for Oklahoma, who everybody was raving about at the beginning of the season when they were holding really crappy teams to low scores. It's been kind of shown as the stretch went down the line that he's not a good defensive coordinator. Like, he's okay, but he's not good. For crying out loud, if you put Baylor, now granted, Baylor, tough, gritty team, different than Baylor teams in the past. They play good defense now with some shots of offense. You put Baylor against either LSU, Ohio State, or Clemson, and Baylor would get murdered. Like, absolutely killed. It would not even be close. It'd be probably similar to the Ohio State-Michigan game, but I don't even think they could score that much. Like, it would be rough. And Baylor played Oklahoma close twice. And the second time, they rallied with their third-string quarterback. Like, that's – and this isn't like a third-string quarterback. Like, I know as an Ohio State fan, I go, well, third-string quarterbacks can catch lightning in a bottle. Cardale Jones ain't standing on that sideline for Baylor. Like, that third-string quarterback was all right, but, like, he made, like, a few, like, good throws against wide-open defense. So I just don't think Oklahoma has the defensive horses to do anything, especially losing 3 starters this week. I think Oklahoma will make it, like, it'll be exciting for about a half, and then I think it's just second half, LSU is just going to pull away.
So, Adam, we're in agreement, one would say, between Ohio State and LSU in the championship matchup. Who wins? I know you're going to say Ohio State, but let's get a little tease there.
I gotta take my boys. I do think here's where, when you're talking Ohio State, LSU's defense has been suspect all year. A lot of people are like, well, but they held Georgia to only 3 points. Georgia's offense is hot trash. I don't understand why people assume that just because Georgia had a high ranking, which I told you how many weeks ago Georgia was overrated. I think it was like week 6, if not earlier, probably preseason. But I don't think Georgia's good at all offensively. They're terrible. So for LSU to hold them to 3 points, like, whoop-de-doo. I think I've said it all season, and I'm not. And granted, they're my ride or die guys, but I will tell it like it is. If they don't have it, they don't have it. I think this year they have it. I also think there is a significant difference because everybody's like, well, Dave Aranda is a great defensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator for LSU. Do you remember the last time that Dave Aranda played Ohio State, Tom? The score was 59-0.
Yeah, I remember it was a big high-scoring game. I couldn't remember.
Dave Aranda was the defensive coordinator for Wisconsin when Ohio State beat them 59-0. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I think Ohio State, like I said, the winner of Clemson, Ohio State wins the title. I don't even think it's Ohio State's going to win. I think it's going to get, again, it'll be a good game, but I think Chase Young, one of his best friends, happens to be Joe Burrow. They roomed together when they were at Ohio State. And I think what's going to happen is Chase Young is going to go out on a high note. I think a few other of our seniors, like KJ Hill, Malik Harrison, Damon Arnett, are going to have great games. And the question is going to be, after this season, the question is going to be, where does Ryan Day rank in the list of college coaches? And I think you have to put him at worst, even after just one season, at worst at third, behind Dabo and Saban.
Talking with Adam Jividen, Super Buckeyes fan, Super Browns fan. Let's move over to the NFL and your Browns revenge game hosting the Baltimore Ravens, who are hot. If they win today, they will control the AFC home field advantage, and hopefully they're the team that can finally put the New England Patriots to bed in the playoffs moving forward. But revenge game, the Baltimore Ravens are coming in to the dog pound, and they are not happy campers.
No, and here's my take on the Browns. I've had to say this in years past in hopes for a draft, higher draft slotting. I want the Browns to lose to the Baltimore Ravens. Here's why. I want Freddie freaking Kitchens out of town. This dude,
I knew that was coming. He's
so bad. Here's the thing: is that if we had the schedule that we have right now, and we had wins over Seattle and the Rams, and we've beaten one good team. That was Baltimore on the road. Looking back, I don't even know how. But, like, we've lost to the freaking Broncos badly to their third-string quarterback. We just lost to the 3-9 Cardinals, and if you watched that game, it wasn't even close. We have some good coaches. I think Tosh Lupoy on the defensive line, good young coach. Stump Mitchell's done awesome with the running backs. Adam Henry's done solid with the receivers, considering they've been, like, banged up all year. The rest of them, the whole defensive staff, you've got one of the most talented rosters in the league, and Steve Wilkes can't get his head out of his butt, giving everybody a 15-yard cushion when it's like a 3rd and 2. I don't understand. I want them all out on a rail. Like, and here's the thing is I was talking to one of my friends, and before the Cardinals game, and he said, we said the reports out of Cleveland were that we were going to keep Freddie, but something bad needed to happen. Well, then we lost to the Cardinals, and I'm like, all right, let's let bad things keep happening. So let's go ahead and lose to Baltimore. And you know what? Lose to the Bengals. I don't care. We just need Freddie gone because we need a real coach.
Well, we wonder, Freddie Kitchens falls under that category. What were you thinking? W2F. Real quickly, and before I let you go here, talking about some coaches on the hot seat, it's almost a foregone conclusion that Jason Garrett's out from the Cowboys, and a lot of people say it's one of two guys, Lincoln Riley or Urban Meyer, and one would think it's not Urban Meyer because, well, Urban Meyer likes to have the final say, and we know that won't happen with the Dallas Cowboys, so that leaves Lincoln Riley to the Cowboys. What are your thoughts?
I think he could take it. It's going to take a whole bag of money, but we know that Jerry Jones will definitely pay it. I just don't know if he wants to leave college for the Cowboys. Right, exactly. I don't know if he wants to leave college. I don't know if Lincoln Riley wants to go to college where you're going to have overwhelmingly high expectations and an owner that really just doesn't see clearly. I wouldn't want that Cowboys job, but there's also only 32 of them. So I think what's going to happen is I think you're going to have – I don't think it's Urban either. I don't think Urban and Jerry Jones are a good fit at all. I think they're going to have to settle for somebody that is not a big name, or if they do, they're going to wildly overpay for that big name. So I don't know. Could Lincoln Riley go? Sure. But I don't – at this point with all these vacancies, I don't really know until they're all open and we know who's available. I don't know if you can pin it, but I just know the Cowboys, they do this every year. It's kind of like the New York Knicks. When the New York Knicks at like the beginning of an offseason are like, we're going to get Kevin Durant and LeBron. And they settle for like Marcus Morris. Like that's what's going to happen with the Cowboys. It's not going to be like their choice 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's going to be somebody that we don't know. Maybe somebody like a Dan Campbell from New Orleans. But I think that's the extent of it.
Well, we'll see how things play out. And you know, I mistakenly said that the Ravens play today. They play tomorrow. So that's on me. That's my bad.
Yeah. So we just get a day to wait to lose. It's fine.
All right. Adam Jividen, Super Buckeyes fans, Super Browns fans, join us. Thank you, buddy, for joining us, and I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, sir.
Thanks, buddy. You too, Tom.
All right. Adam Jividen joins us and talking some college football. The Ohio State Buckeyes coming back on the other side is we've got Ed Kracz, beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles and SI.com, joins us in helping us break down and make this NFL playoff picture a little bit clearer. We'll be right back right here on the Balance Radio Network.
Tonight is the 7th night of Hanukkah, and here to sing a Hanukkah song is Adam Chandler. Thanks very much. When I was a kid, this time of year always made me feel a little left out because in school there were so many Christmas songs, and all us Jewish kids had was the song Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel. And so I wrote a brand new Hanukkah song for you Jewish kids to sing, and I hope you like it.